Alright, I'm about ready to go to Battle Creek to play in an MSPT main event satellite there. And it's about a 4-hour trip. I'm taking off way early. It's only about not even 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna stop along the way, have some brunch, and then just take a few hours at the casino to relax after the 4-hour drive, and then start playing at 6:15. So you'll notice that I'm wearing green here. It's with much contrition to the poker gods that I'm wearing green. Ever since St. Patrick's Day, no matter what poker I try, I've been losing. It's because I didn't wear green on St. Patrick's Day. I have lost everything. Cash, online, satellites, live. I don't get my share of pre-flop hands. When I get them, I get out flopped. And if I go all the way to the river with a big hand and get all in, I'm getting cooler way more than my share. That's all going to change today, because hopefully the poker gods will forgive me for dissing one of their own, St. Patrick. I'm wearing green today. I'm much sorry, and wish me luck. So, I'm off. I'm off like a prom dress. See if I can go to Battle Creek and win myself an MSPT main event satellite seat. I'm going to stop at the Pine Street Cafe for breakfast, I think. It's a little bit of a detour, but I am hours ahead of schedule for playing in this satellite. You don't normally even need to be on time to play a satellite or any kind of a poker tournament, but I've been trying to take the advice of some of the pundits who say that you should register as late as possible because of the built-in ICM equity boost, but I'm beginning to lose faith in that idea, not because I think those experts are wrong, but because I think that I have an advantage over my opponents and can go into the end of late registration with a bigger than starting stack. So that's going to be the game plan today. I'm going to get in there on time, get my reads, play tight aggressive strategy like you should play in satellites, but I'm going to take spots because you do want to finish up with about 3.5 times the size of your starting stack when in an MSPT satellite that pays down 20%. So we're taking this detour, gonna go get some chow, and then hit the road, Battle Creek. Alright, we're here at the Pine Street Cafe, and it looks like they're pretty busy this morning. There's the sign. There's motorcycles here. Seems like it's a little chilly for that, but to each his own, I guess. It's only in the 30s. This restaurant has good quality, good service, good quantities, and good prices. Best value in Burlington. Alright, here we are. Let's have some chow. Alrighty then, here's breakfast. An Irish skillet, no eggs. I'm allergic to eggs. Coffee and toast. Let's go. Alright, well, I didn't eat both of my toasts, but everything else is pretty much polished off. It's a good breakfast as usual here. Pine Street Cafe in Burlington, Wisconsin. Ready to head out, hit the road. 2 out of my 3 missions are done. Got topped off my gas tank. Got topped off my stomach tank. And then my only mission left is when I get into Illinois on the Oasis, I have to get Velcro stickers for my iPass transponder. There we go. Great. some of the signs here at...
We've been waiting a little while for our check.
Oh, okay. I will
No
find it.
problem.
At the Pine Street Cafe in Burlington.
Huh?
Very proud parents of a serviceman. Like everybody in the world now hiring. I'm in the way. The guy wants to do his job here. Alright, we got some biker action here. Heading out. So, had a good breakfast. And now it's time to hit the road. A little cold for these guys, but it should be a nice day. So it's time to hit the road, and it's about a 4-hour drive. I got one more stop to make. I'll probably have to make a potty stop along the way too. Coffee, stuff like that. So, wish me luck on the drive. I'm going through Chicago, but it is on a Saturday morning. Alright, I'm here at the Lake Forest Oasis in Illinois. I thought I could go in there, into the main store there, and get my Velcro strips. Turns out they were closed, so I checked online, and you can get them at any mobile station. So there's a mobile station here at the Oasis. So I stopped in there, got my Velcro strips for free, rather than ordering them for $4 on Amazon. Got myself a Diet Pepsi to satisfy my addiction to that substance. And got my iPass ready so I don't have to pick it up and hold it against the window anymore. Yay! So now, as far as I'm concerned, next stop, Battle Creek. Alright, we've arrived at the Firekeepers Hotel and Casino near Battle Creek, Michigan. I'm going to go in, have some chow, and just kick back for a while. Relax after this road trip I was just on. So here we are at the Firekeepers. Let's go in and have some fun. I will be back to report on how I did. Well, my tournament ended 49th place. 33 seats were on offer, so I didn't turn out with anything. I did pretty well at first. I got up to triple of the starting stack by the time I got the late registration. In fact, I got in the mid-60s at one point, and then one hand later after that, I lost 20 grand back because Queen not beating Ace King all in. So I doubled that guy up, and that guy became my nemesis for the rest of the tournament. Kept beating me, kept value-owning me. So, but you know, still by late registration, I had triple starting stack, so that's nothing to cry about. That's doing well. My approach of registering late and buying in for 10 big blinds was proven not to work so well, because I wound up with, I had 30 big blinds at the end of late registration in this tournament. I did misplay one hand. It was pretty crucial. In middle position, I had ace of spades, 10 of clubs, and I opened to with 21 big blinds, and I opened to 2 big blinds, and the big blind called. That was the same guy that I doubled up earlier, and out on the flop came so an ace and a jack of clubs and a low club is what came out. So I had top pair with medium kicker, but with 19 big blinds behind, really my only play was to go all in at this point. I did not do that. I made another bet. The guy called. Another club another low club came out on the turn, and it went check, and then at the river the guy bet like about a third of the pot, and with top pair they really didn't want to fold. I didn't believe that he had a flush because it was pretty blocked, so I called, and sure enough he had a low flush. I think that's why he made a low bet instead of going all in, because he was just trying to squeeze some value out of it. So either that or he wasn't confident in the hand because it was a low flush and he was worried about the flush over flush. But with the blocker on the board, I don't know. I made a crying call and lost, and I was down to about 14 big blinds at this point, and I just was never able to recover. So on this bad hand, we had approximately 20 big blinds, probably about 21 or 22. So in Range Trainer Pro here, I'm going with the abstraction of 20 big blinds. We had ace-10 offsuit, and in middle position, it's, for all intents and purposes, always at open, and at that stack depth, the open is going to be at a minimum. So the blinds were at 10, or at 1,000, 1,500, 1,500. I opened to 3,000, which is the min raise. And then out on the flop came ace, jack, 4 with the ace and 4 suited. So I had the ace of clubs, or ace offsuit ace basically, and a 10. The 10 was suited. The 10 was suited to the ace and 4. So I basically the flush was blocked. It was blocked by the ace on the board, as well as to a lesser degree by my 10. So at this point, if there's a flush draw, it's less likely because it's being blocked. With this flop, the big blind is supposed to check 100% of the time, which he did. And then with our hand, we don't ever check. We do a C bet. With ace-10 offsuit, it's roughly evenly divided between a small bet and a medium bet. And I went with the smaller size. So I went with the 25%. And then the big blind called. And then out of the turn came the suited card. So it was an inconsequential card as far as draws and things are concerned. So let's just call it the 7 of clubs. I think in here we're going to call it the 7 of spades because of the abstraction. I do believe it was a 7, if memory serves correctly. I did not get good notes on this hand, but I committed it to memory pretty well. So the suited 7 came out on the turn. The big blind checked. And we checked back. With ace-10 offsuit, you're usually supposed to bet again, but a small amount. But the checking is not wrong, because I had the flush blocked. So on here with the abstraction would be an ace and then the 10 of spades. So actually I should have bet again because I had the flush blocked. So he was less likely to have a flush, but I did not. I checked. That was my first mistake, I think, because I let him draw out on me. And then on the river, he bet. The river was a blank, so I'm just going to choose, say, the 3 of clubs. Or on here it's the 3 of clubs. So this time he bet, and he bet about a third of the pot. So the abstraction here is a quarter. So I'm going to say that he bet. And then with the ace-10 off, I'm usually going to call. And let's see what I'm supposed to do when I have the 10 of spades on here. So it's roughly even between call, never folding. So
the call was correct. It was a crying call. So basically the only mistake I made was on the turn, but in actual practice, because of the way the showdown went, I actually saved money on it. So, and in a satellite, you need to take steps that to preserve your stacks. Stack preservation is everything in a satellite. So I don't necessarily believe I played that turn incorrectly. It was looking pretty bad. I mean, I had top pair with a bad kicker. I doubt that he had a top pair with a better kicker. He could have had the flush. But I did not believe that I had the best hand at this point. I thought that I was in equity realization mode and just try to minimize the pot as much as possible. And it kind of worked out for me, according to plan, but it was a bad hand for me. I wish I had played it more aggressively than I did, in hindsight.